Hi everyone, my name is Paula. Welcome back. Today we're going to do a quick yoga class. It's going to be around 30 to 45 minutes. We're going to be focusing today on warrior poses and also side angles. We're going to begin today's session by encountering ourselves in a seated position. You can have your legs crossed or straight, whatever feels more comfortable for you. You can keep your eyes open or closed. Just make sure your shoulders are back and your heart or chest is open. We're going to begin today's practice with a big inhale. We're going to hold it at the top of our lungs and slowly exhale. Emptying out all your lungs. We're gonna inhale once again. Hold it at the top of your lungs and slowly exhale. Once again, let's take a big inhale from your nose. Hold it at the top of your lungs or your chest and slowly empty it out your lungs with a big exhale. We're gonna take one more big inhale. Hold it at the top of our lungs and slowly exhale as deeply as you can. We're gonna do a second breathing exercise today. It's going to be very quick. We're going to do opposite nostril breathing. So you can use your right hand. We're gonna use our thumb and our middle or index finger. We're basically gonna press our nose or the side of our nostrils with our fingers. We're gonna start by pressing our left nostril with the index or middle finger and take a big inhale, taking as much air as possible. You're gonna then lock up or close your right side and hold it for a few seconds. And slowly you're going to now release your left finger and exhale, pushing out all the air from your lungs. Now we're gonna close it again and open up the right side. Inhaling as deeply as you can. You're gonna now close your right side and open the left side. You're gonna now exhale. I got a little bit confused there. You're gonna hold it again. Now take a big inhale for the last time on this side. Hold both nostrils and then slowly exhale, lifting up your finger from the left side. Okay, we're gonna feel our empty lungs for a few seconds. We're gonna now inhale from the left side. Hold both sides for a few seconds. Take off your finger from your nostril, your right finger, and slowly exhale. You're gonna place your finger right on the right side again. Lift up the left finger, inhale from the left side. If you feel your nose is a little bit stuck, you can assist with your other hand and lift up your nostril if you feel like it's very, very stuck. Hold and slowly exhale from the right side. One last time, we're gonna hold both sides. Inhale from the left side. Hold both sides and slowly exhale from the right side. Okay. We're gonna now go back to our regular breathing, so you can take off your hand from your nose. I'm gonna shift myself towards this side, so that way I'm looking towards the direction that I have my mat. We're gonna start today's practice with some sun salutations to warm up our body. So if you're in a standing position, you're gonna walk your hands towards the front of the mat. In this case, I'm a little bit too forward. Walk your hands in front of you and then place your knees down onto the mat. Bring your legs or feet behind you and you're gonna find yourself in a tabletop position. Slowly, we're gonna lift up our knees from the mat and come to a downward facing dog. So if this is your first downward facing dog of the day, take your time because you know this is a big stretching pose and you're stretching your back and your upper body and legs at the same time. So give your body a chance to get used to the stretching. So we're gonna slowly lift up and walk our feet towards the front and slowly inhale, bringing yourself towards the top, lifting up your arms into the sky and bringing them back down in front of your body. We're gonna start doing sun salutation A. So you're gonna start at the front of the mat. Bring your hands to your heart center in Samastiti. Take a big inhale and lift up your arms to the sky. Slowly exhale and bring your arms down. Bring your head down. Keep your legs extended as much as possible. If you cannot bring your hands all the way down onto the mat, it's totally fine. Grab your opposite ankles, elbows with your hands and just hang here in Uttanasana or standing forward fold. Inhale, bring the hands on top of your knees or in the chin of your legs. Extend your back, look forward. Come to Ardha Uttanasana, standing forward fold. Exhale, you're gonna bring your hands back down to the mat. Bring your legs back behind your body. Now we're gonna come to Chaturanga Dandasana, lower plank. You can bring your knees down onto the mat and then bend your elbows. We're gonna take a big inhale. Lift up your back of the mat. Bring your shoulders back as well. If it's accessible for you today, lift up your hips off the mat and come to Urdhva Mukha Savasana, upward facing dog. Or if not, you can just stay in Bhujangasana, in Cobra. Exhale, tuck your toes into the mat, lift up your knees, and extend your back. Look down onto your legs or knees, and come to Adho Mukha Savasana, downward facing dog. We're gonna stay here for 5 breaths. So when we're doing downward facing dog, we're gonna make sure our hands are shoulder width apart. Our hips are going to be our feet are going to be hip width apart. We're going to pedal our feet and try to bring our heels closer towards the mat so we can stretch more our body. We're gonna stay here for 2 more breaths, extending our arms and back as much as possible. We have 1 more breath. Inhale. You're gonna walk your feet towards the front of the mat. Now, place the hands on the chin of your legs. Extend your back. Look forward to Ardha Uttanasana, half forward fold. Lower down your hands, or you can always grab your opposite elbows with your hands into Uttanasana, standing forward fold. Inhale, lift up your arms up to the sky to Tadasana, mountain pose, and exhale to Samastiti. Okay, now we're going to do sun salutation B. So we're gonna stay here at the front of the mat. We're gonna make sure our feet are next to each other, or as close as possible as we can bring them. You're going to inhale, bend your knees, and extend your arms up to the sky into Utkatasana. Exhale, bring your hands down, extend your legs, or you can grab your elbows into Uttanasana, standing forward fold. Inhale, bring the hands on top of your knees or to the chin of your legs to Ardha Uttanasana, standing forward fold. Exhale, bring your hands down onto the mat, bring your legs back or your feet back. Come to Chaturanga Dandasana or lower plank. You can also bring your knees down to the mat. Inhale, come to Urdhva Mukha Savasana, upward facing dog, or Bhujangasana. Exhale, come to Urdhva Mukha Savasana, downward facing dog. Now we're going to lift up our right knee off the mat, or our right leg, sorry, and bring it right in front next to our right hand. We're gonna make sure our back foot is diagonal to our body and our feet are not going to be directly aligned. They're gonna be a little bit separated from each other. We're gonna take a big inhale, lift up your arms off the mat, bend your front knee and come to Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1. You're gonna make sure your hips are square towards the front. Slowly circle your hands down, bring your leg back, come to Chaturanga Dandasana or lower plank. Inhale, come to upward facing dog or Urdhva Mukha Savasana. Exhale, come to Adho Mukha Savasana or downward facing dog. We're gonna lift up our left leg off the mat, extend it, and slowly bring it towards the front of the mat. Place our left foot in front, right next to our left hand, making sure our back foot is diagonal to our body. We're gonna inhale, lift up our arms to the sky, bending our front knee to Virabhadrasana 1 in our left side. Exhale, bring your hands down, bring your leg back, fall to Chaturanga Dandasana, lower plank. Inhale, come to Urdhva Mukha Savasana, upward facing dog. Exhale, come to downward facing dog. We're gonna stay here for 5 breaths. So if you always need to take a break, you're more than welcome to come to Balasana, Child's Pose. So you can bring your knees towards the sides of the mat and slowly fall down. You're gonna walk your hands in front of your body and rest your head down onto the mat. So right now we're here in Child's Pose. So you're more welcome to do this pose whenever you need to take a little rest during our practice. We're gonna stay in Child's Pose or Downward Dog for 3 more breaths. We're gonna remember to pay attention to our breath, to keep all the thoughts away from our mind. We're gonna now lift up, come to Downward Dog, and if you're still in Downward Dog, walk your feet towards the front of the mat. We're gonna take a big inhale, place the hands on the shin of your legs and look forward, extend your back. Exhale, bring your hands down, fall to Uttanasana, forward fold. You can also grab your opposite elbows. We're gonna make sure our feet are as close as possible as we can have them today. We're gonna now take a big inhale, come to Utkatasana chair pose, and exhale to Samastiti. Now we're gonna do our warrior sequence. So if you feel to take a little rest or drink some water, you're more than welcome to. So this sequence is very similar to a sun salutation, just a little bit more advanced and including more warrior poses, but it's very beginner friendly. We're gonna start here at the top of our mat, bringing our hands to our heart center. We're gonna take a big inhale, lift up your hands up to the sky, and slowly exhale. Come back down to standing forward fold. Inhale, come to half forward fold. Exhale, bring your hands down, bring your legs back. We're gonna come to lower plank with a big exhale. Inhale, come to upward facing dog, bringing your shoulders back. You can also come to cobra, bringing your hips down onto the mat. Slowly, we're gonna now come to downward facing dog. We're gonna make sure we're straightening our back as much as possible. We're gonna walk our feet, pedal them so we can bring the heels of our foot closer to the mat. If you can bring them necessarily all the way down or closer to the mat, it's totally fine. Don't worry about it. Little by little, the practice, you're gonna be able to do more progress on your own practice. So we're gonna now take a big inhale, lift up our right leg of the mat and bring it forward. Making sure our back foot is diagonal to our body. Our front foot is going to be forward. Inhale, lift up your arms to the sky. Keep your front knee bent. So we're here in Virabhadrasana 1, keeping our hips towards the front. So we're looking in one direction, forward. Slowly, now we're gonna shift our foot into the side, and the front foot stays the same. We're gonna keep it on the same place. Now we're going to make sure our hips are looking towards the side. Our arms are going to be like a T, and we're gonna try to bring our core and keep it activated like a straight line as more as we bend our leg forward. So we're trying not to go like this, we're trying to stay like this. Now we're gonna come to Utthita Parsvakonasana, extended side angle. So you can bring your elbow down onto your knee and extend your arm above your ear. We're gonna stay here for 5 breaths. So if this feels accessible for you today, if you wanna take it to the next level, you can bring your hand down onto the mat, and you're gonna make sure you can either keep your hand straight above your ear or have it diagonal across. We're gonna stay here for 3 more breaths. Paying attention to our breath. We're gonna have 2 more. And 1, we're going to lift up, come back into Virabhadrasana 2. Now, we're gonna slowly do a Baddha Virabhadrasana. So we're going to bring our hands behind our back. So to make it easier, we can just bring ourselves to the extended side angle again and slowly bring our hand behind us, and then the other one is gonna grab this hand. We're gonna stay here for 2 more breaths, doing 3 in total. Take a big breath, opening our shoulders, and then 1 more. Okay. Now we're going to circle our arms back down. We're gonna bring our leg back behind us. We're gonna pedal our feet. We're gonna come back into downward dog. Slowly exhale, come to Chaturanga Dandasana or lower plank. Inhale, come to Uddha Mukha Savasana. We're gonna make sure we look at both sides of our feet. So, we're gonna look at our feet from both sides. Now, we're gonna exhale, come into a child's pose, and stay here for 5 breaths, 3 to 5 breaths. We're gonna make sure our hands are as farther as well as possible from our body. We're gonna keep our back extended as much as possible. We have 3 more breaths. And 1 more. Now inhale, come back into tabletop, and then back to downward dog. We're gonna extend our back as much as possible. Take a big inhale, lift up our left leg off the mat, and bring it forward, right next to our left hand. Making sure our back foot is diagonal to our body. We're gonna take a big inhale, lift up, come to Virabhadrasana 1. And slowly, we're gonna stay here for 2 more breaths. Making sure our hips are squared towards the front. And our front knee is bent as much as possible. It doesn't have to be exactly a 90-degree angle, but just making sure you're keeping it active and your back leg is extended. We're gonna now shift ourselves into Virabhadrasana 2. So our back foot is going to look towards the side and our front foot is going to stay in the same spot. Our arms are going to now be like a T on both sides of our body. You're gonna lift up your chest and make sure it's aligned with your body, like a straight line. I'm gonna now stay here for 3 more breaths in Warrior 2. You're gonna keep your core engaged. You can also look at your index fingers on both hands, so that way you can have a drishti, a point of focus while you do this pose. We have 1 more. Slowly exhale. You're gonna place your left elbow on your left knee. We're gonna make sure our arm is above our ear, extended as much as possible. You can also, if this feels comfortable in your practice today, bring your hand all the way down onto the mat. And stay here in Utthita Parsvakonasana for 4 more breaths. You can have your arm right across your body or diagonal. We're gonna do 2 more breaths. We're gonna focus on keeping all the thoughts away from our mind. Focusing on our body and what we're doing right now and being present. Now we're going to lift up, come back to Virabhadrasana 2. We're gonna now do Baddha Virakonasana. So if it feels easier for you, you can always come back down to Uttita Parsva Konasana and then go and bring your left hand behind your back under your leg and bring your other arm and see if you can grab them. If not, just grab the back of your back and just hold here for 3 breaths in Baddha Virabhadrasana. We have one more breath. We're gonna now lift up and come to Virabhadrasana 2. We're gonna now bring our arms down onto the mat. Bring your leg back. Come back into a downward dog. We're gonna exhale. Come to Chaturanga Dandasana, lower plank. Inhale, come to Ula Mukha Savasana, or upward facing dog, or Bhujangasana. Exhale. Bring your knees off the mat and come to downward facing dog. We're gonna stay here for 3 more breaths. You can also are more than welcome to come to child's pose if you need to take a rest as well. We're gonna have 2 more breaths. And then 1. We're gonna bring ourselves into a tabletop position. So if you're doing child's pose or your downward dog, we're gonna meet here in tabletop. We're gonna now end today's practice. We're gonna do some cat and cows and do some sound meditation. So we're gonna inhale, we're gonna look up to the sky. We're gonna straighten our back, keep it straight. We can curve it a little bit, like doing a small back bend. And slowly exhale. You're gonna look at your stomach or your navel. You can do spider hands as well if you feel you wanna take this to the extra level. Rounding your back as much as possible while keeping all the air from your lungs. Now we're gonna inhale, come back into cow. Exhale, round your back, come into cat. Exhaling and emptying out all your lungs and your thoughts as well. Inhale 1 more time. Keep your back extended with a slight back bend. And for the last time, exhale. Emptying out all your lungs. Rounding your back as much as possible. And we're gonna now come back into a regular tabletop position or neutral tabletop position. You're gonna interlace your legs behind you. If this feels accessible for you today, and slowly sit down onto your mat. You can bring your knees extended right in front of your body and have your elbows behind you. So slowly we're gonna come into a Shavasana horse position. Or if you would like to join me in a sitting position for this last minutes of our practice, you're more than welcome to. We're gonna end today's practice by doing some breathing exercises and enjoying a little bit of the drum or sound therapy. We're gonna begin by taking a big inhale. And slowly exhale. Inhale once again. Slowly exhale. Inhale once again. Exhale. Emptying out all your lungs and your thoughts. Inhale once again. And slowly exhale. Inhale once again. Exhale as deeply as you can. Inhale once again. Slowly exhale. For the last time, we're gonna take a big inhale and slowly exhale, emptying out all your lungs. So if you have your eyes closed, you can slowly open them right now. We're gonna come into a seated position. So if you're laying down, you can bring your body to your right side and then push your elbow and then lift up. And meet me here in Sukhasana, in easy seated pose. Thank you so much for doing this class with me. I really appreciate it. We're gonna bring our hands to our heart center, and if you feel comfortable or if you would like, you can set an intention with me. So my intention for me is that I hope you guys have, and I also have a great rest of the week with positive vibes and good energy. So that's my intention for today. And you guys don't have to repeat with me, but if you would like to, we're gonna take a big inhale. You can bring your hands to your third eye, your Ajna chakra. We're gonna take a big inhale and a big exhale. And if you like to also stay with me, namaste. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it if you did this class and if you took the time to watch it. It means a lot. Thank you so much for your support, and I hope you have a great rest of your day and a beautiful week. I will see you guys in the next class. Bye. Thank you.